Good afternoon, everyone. Hope all is well. Hope everyone's doing all right. Let me make sure everyone is in. Start talking. Got one person. Okay, great. All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Hope everybody's doing great and everyone's doing all right. Apologize for running late. And couple people stopped me in the hall as far as other classes, and then traffic got me as well. So like I said, apologize for running a few minutes behind, but hopefully everybody's doing great and everybody's doing all right. Happy New Year, all that good stuff. All right. So hopefully you guys have received my emails. I should have gotten at least five of them up to this point. Now, in this class, I have two different classes. They both operate the same way, and I'll talk about those distinctions, as we go along. But I got 155 and 161. So 155 in my statistics class, 151 in my pre-calc class. So I'll talk about the distinctions as we go along. But for the most part, initial happenings and operations are the same. So that's why I decided to hold a meeting at the same time. All right, so let's look at our shell. When it comes to how things are going to be operated, we're going to use Canvas only for our email archives. So I'm going to communicate to you guys, as a class, through email, and those emails will be archived in Canvas. So when you go to your Canvas announcements, mm, you should see all of the emails that I've sent to the whole class. And so that's what it'll be. So right now you should have at least five of them. Um, and that's the only thing we're going to use Canvas for. I wanted to make sure that you guys weren't bouncing around trying to find this thing in that place in two different sources. So MathLab is where we're going to use and find everything else. So our syllabus, our assignments, due dates, tests, everything we do is going to be done. Our grades, everything is going to be in MathLab. The only thing we use a Canvas for is to archive our class emails. If I could have put those in MathLab, I would have put all of those in MathLab. So just throwing it out there. So the first email was just a course description. Just letting you know what type of class this is. It's online class. We don't meet regularly. It's considered asynchronous, in which you'll be working on your own time. I'm giving you access to all of your assignments. And we'll talk about due dates and when we get there, but you have access to all of your assignments and lectures and everything like that. Next email, just talking about this meeting. So you guys got that. That's why you're here. The third email is just required materials. You guys are not required to have a physical textbook, but you do need access to MathLab. I already mentioned that everything we do is going to be done through MathLab, so you cannot pass the class if you don't purchase access to MathLab. Just like for a regular class, you would purchase access to a textbook. We would purchase access to MathLab, and within MathLab, you have access to the textbook. We have an e-text. So we'll walk through the process in a second, just to make sure no one has any questions with it. But just looking at this email, you go to mymathlab.com, go to register, use this course ID. This is one for 155. For 161 is a different code. Um, and then from there, you're gonna input. You have three options. If you purchase your access code from an external source, in other words, TCC, Barnes and Noble, or maybe Amazon, or you might have gotten it from somebody you will put in that 16-digit access code. If you want to purchase access through Pearson himself, you would just go ahead and do so. They will not give you an access code. They would just go ahead and give you the access. But if you're not ready to purchase access at that time, you can use the 14-day free pass. Questions on that? I see somebody said something in the chat. Not yet sent. Okay. If the coach, I said the coach, if the code has not been sent to you yet, and you want to go ahead and get started, you can do the 14-day free pass. That'll give you 14-day access, full access. And then from there, if you haven't gotten to you by that 14 days or up, it will not erase anything you've done up to that point. It will just cut you off as far as access is concerned. I will still be able to see what you've done, but you won't be able to have access to it until you get that code. And then once you get the code, you put it in, then you'll be able to pick up where you left off. So if you wanted to get started without purchasing the code, you still could. All right. And let's see. And for those who want to know, there was somebody that said something in the chat, so I'll respond to the chat. All right, so any questions up to this point? Everybody good? Everybody fine? All right. So when it comes to Math Lab, there are specific reasons and specific ways we will be using it. And so that's what this email is for. So the first thing I wanted to point out is a statement right here. MATLAB does not work well with Safari. So if you have an Apple product using Safari as your internet browser, it's not going to be the best tool for you. So it's better to use Chrome or Firefox. Chrome always works for me. That's what I use. And if you never downloaded Chrome, Chrome is a free internet browser, so you can use that. And the problem with Safari is it doesn't interface well with MATLAB. Some things will pop up, some things won't. Sometimes it will let you in, sometimes it will not. And if it does let you in, like I said, you wouldn't know what you're missing sometimes and what you're not missing. So it's better not to even mess with Safari when it comes to MATLAB anyway. All right. So, like I mentioned, you cannot pass a class without access to MATLAB. I already mentioned this as well. All your assignments, tests, everything that we do will be generated through MATLAB. Your activity, we don't meet regularly, so I will solidify your attendance through MATLAB. So you do need to get in there. I will say weekly. You don't have to do it daily, but at least get in there weekly to show your activity. And from there, I'll be able to validate that you have been coming to class, So make sure you're in MATLAB. And if you're having any issues, that's the next statement. You're having any issues with attendance, having any issues with MATLAB, anything, make sure you let me know so that I can vouch for you. Every semester, every year, every class, I have people that fall off the face of the earth and they just stop showing, they stop participating, they just stop. And so for those people, I don't have a choice but to, give them an F. So, that's not the desire I have for you. So make sure you keep me in the loop. And also, I do have to give an account for your attendance. For those who have financial aid, I have to report that to financial aid and everything. So, people have misappropriated funds in the past. So the government is real big on if you sign up for this and we give you money, you need to be going to class. So make sure that if you're having issues with anything, you let me know so that I can vouch for your participation. All right. So when it comes to homework, you have unlimited amount of tries to get the best grade possible. In those unlimited amount of tries, we're looking for at least a 75. 75 to 84.9 will get you a 90% in the grade book. 85 to 100, I'll give you a full 100%. So if you're trying to get a full 100 on your homework, you want to score at least 85. All right. So for your test reviews, for every test, any midterm, and any final exam, there is a review that's before it. They are not mandatory, but if you score 85 or better on it, I will give you 5 points, to that respective test. But once again, you don't have to do them. So if you go into it, let's say you mess around with it, it's only score like 20% on it, then you get out because you figure you didn't need it. That would not be held against you. So once again, they are not mandatory. But if you wanted to, like I said, get some extra points, that's a way to do so. You have 2 attempts for your test. Remember, your homework is unlimited, but your test, you have 2 attempts. And that grade is what it is. So your homework, like I said, 75 or better, I'll bump you up to an A. But for your test, if you get a 75, it is a 75. So, and then also, let's say if you want a 3rd attempt or something like that, all you gotta do is ask. It's not a big deal. All I say is that, make sure you ask me in a timely fashion, not, mess around with due dates and stuff. You don't want to mess around with that. Any extra request that you want to ask of, and make sure you give me some time for us to be able to work out something that makes sense. Because, when we will talk about due dates in a second. You don't want to play around with the due dates. If you already know you're going to have an issue, or you already know you won't be able to do a final exam on this time or whatever, make sure you give us some time that we can work out something. And so if you want an extra attempt, especially if something crazy happened, like a cat walk across your computer, hit submit or something like that, it's not a big deal, but you get 2 attempts without having to ask. So that's all that is. And then this last statement is something I put that in all my classes. For 155, you probably won't have that much scratch work because you're using technology and everything like that. But 161, you should be giving me scratch work when it comes to your tests and your exams. So that's only for your tests and exams. Your homework, I don't need scratch work, but for your tests and exams, you do. And then for that, you can just take a picture or scan it and then email it to me. Yeah. Questions, anything up to this point? All right. And of course, even after today, if you have any questions on anything, make sure you shoot me that email now. Make sure that answer your questions. You might not think about it right now. And then that last email, I see somebody puts on the chat, but I'm going to throw this out here. This last email just previously recorded lectures. You can look at them or not. It's up to you. But for every section that you held accountable for, here are all the lectures. For 151, I stopped at 8.2 because that's normally what ends up happening in my in-person lecture. So that's why I stopped at 8.2. Yeah, we probably just stop right there. And then I'll talk about chapter one in a second. But yeah, these are all the lectures. Same guys, same notes I will use in-person class. All right, same thing for 161. All right, so let's share something in the chat. Is everything do the same day? Yeah, we're gonna talk about due dates in a second. Yeah. All right. Questions on any of these emails? Any questions on any of these emails? All right. All right. So let's look at Math Lab. All right. So if you type in mymathlab.com, some of you have already registered, so that's great. But if you have not registered, just want to make sure that you've seen the process. You would go down here to student access. Right here, are you using LMS? LMS is learning management system. We are using the LMS, but I haven't connected it to MathLab. It was kind of clunky, so I didn't even mess with it. You just go ahead and scroll down and just say I'm ready to register. And then from there, use that code. It was Tucker, whatever that number was that I gave you. Everybody has, both classes have different numbers. And then from there, you would go click the register, put in your own personal information. And then from there, it'll give you those three options that I talked about: input and access code, purchase and access, or use the 14-day free pass. Right. Let's go ahead. All right. So your syllabus will be right here. Now I need to update for both classes. I need to update some dates in here. But if you just want access to the content and everything is already here, I'll update that before, within the next day or so. Just haven't got a chance to go to it. Even got your percentages on how the class is broken down and everything like that. Unless there's something in chat, yes, yep. I'll send it to you guys. There's someone that asked about this recording. This meeting, will it be recorded? So yes, it will be. All right. Your assignments. So notice right here, as of right now, it should only be one due date now. Once again, I have two different classes, so make sure we hear out for your class. If you're 155 and you're my statistics class, you are a 16-week course. So you're gonna have two due dates. You're gonna have the midterm and you'll have your final exam. So this I haven't adjusted it yet. I have to map out what a midterm date is. But that Sunday before going into spring break is gonna be the due date. And that's where chapters 1 through 4 that's what you'll be held accountable for. Chapters 1 through 4 will be a midterm. So you see how it's set up. Chapters 1, 2, test review, test 1, 3, 4, test review, and then test 2. And then you see your midterm. So you see your break right here. Chapters 1 through 4 will be on your midterm. And then 5 through 8 will close it out. And your final exam is cumulative. So that's chapters 1 through 8. So you have two due dates for my 155, my statistics class. For those who are taking statistics, your 16-week course. And so that means you have a midterm and a final exam. Chapters 1 through 4 will be on your midterm. And then 5 through 8 will be on your final exam will be chapters 1 through 8. It'll be cumulative. Yes, I see your hand raised. Mira, Ms. Mira?
Yes, I can't figure out how to actually get into the course. So I am on Pearson and I have it added to my courses, but there's no link to click to get into the assignments.
Hmm.
I
So,
don't know how I'm supposed to do that.
so you saying you already registered?
Yeah, and this is exactly where I am,
Mhm.
and I have your classes in there. How do I actually click to
Uh,
access the class?
when you hover over it, does it show this hand?
No.
Hmm. Have you tried just clicking on the black name right here? Does it let you in? Just clicking on it?
The only thing, oh, something just happened. Okay, now I don't know how I did it, but here I am. So
Okay,
hopefully, thank you.
no problem. Let's see. Oh yeah, if you have any issues, any personal requests, email me personally, and then we'll talk about it. All right. Let's see. Yep, no problem. So and then for so that was pretty much due dates for 155. Now for 161, that is a 7-week course. And so you don't have a midterm because I don't think it's necessary to do a midterm within 4 weeks or whatever. So just everything's due by March 3rd. I think that was your due date in SIS. And so we're gonna have a final exam that week before the third, and then the third is when you have to get everything in. So like I said, it's a 7-week course, so you got 7 weeks to get it all in. All right. Questions on 161. So you should see the similar breakdown, but chapter 1 is a test, chapter 2 is a test, chapter 3, chapter 4, and then the rest of this is just other ancillary sections, but that'll be on your final exam is everything. Also keep in mind 160, 163 pre-calc 2, starts you from chapter 5 and goes, further. So, so 161 is 1 through 4, and then 163 is chapter 5. So just same book and everything. So just throwing that out there for those who are going to continue on with pre-calc 2. All right. Questions on that? Due dates? Everybody good? Questions? All right. I'm gonna go back to my 155 because they have some extra stuff in there. But I'll show you how this works for those who have never dealt with MATLAB before. Make sure you don't have any questions on it. All right, so I just picked a random assignment. Let's see somebody says Oh, how you do your scratch work is up to you. I don't have a problem with that. I just need to see that you did scratch work. So yeah. So, when you go into your assignment, you'll have help tools down here. Now, these help tools are not here when it comes to your tests. This is supposed to be to help prepare you for your tests. So in all your homeworks and even your test reviews, you should see these help tools. Now, if you click on help me solve this, that means you have conceded and you reserved them to mark it wrong because you just told them, help me solve this problem right here. So they're going to mark it wrong, and they're going to walk you through this problem. So most people don't click on help me solve this. Most people will click on view an example. And so when you click on view an example, it will open up a window that's similar to the problem, just that the numbers would be different. And then they will walk you through the problem step by step. And a lot of people will print it out. I've seen people, have a whole notebook full of things they printed from view an example throughout the semester. So that's that. Get more help depends on the complexity of the problem. That dictates how many options you have here. You have a video, that would be a video Pearson instructor. It wouldn't be me, just another guy or another woman just talking about this problem. Sometimes there are animation video, once again, trying to help you with the problem. Textbook, it'll take you to the place in the textbook where you talk about this problem. For those in statistics, they have StatCrunch, which is Pearson's version of Excel. It's up to you if you want to learn how to use that or not, or you can use other technologies, other websites. It's up to you. Just make sure that whatever you use, same thing with 161, whatever you use as you progress through the course, make sure you're able to use it when you're doing your final exam or your midterm, because that's going to be live. That's the only thing that I sit and watch you do. It will be done through Zoom, just like we're doing right now. Just that, now I'm going to send instructions about it, but what you would do is you would enable your camera, show your ID to the camera, and then, I watch you take the test just like you would in a regular class period, or in person. What else? Okay, and then on that week of final exams, I give you like 4 options to choose from. That you could, some of them be in the morning. I try to do at least one in the evening, that type of thing. And it's up to you which one you choose and just log on, come ready to take your exam and stuff like that. So, I'll give you the password, that type of thing. And then here, ask my instructor. It just sends me an email that tells me you had a problem with this problem right here. And when that stuff, that type of stuff, when you choose that option, if I haven't answered you within a day or so, always feel free to email me again. Sometimes things interface or don't interface as well as you like. Sometimes emails get lost in the sauce, but I never tell you to email me so that I won't answer it. So I am looking to answer your emails. Just email me again. It's not a big deal. Okay, yeah. So I didn't go through here. So let's say we answer this problem. I'm just throwing anything in here. So you check your answer and they try to give you a hint. Check it again, try to give you a hint. So notice they give you 3 chances to get the answer correct. Unless it's like a true false question, they give you, three chances to get the answer correct. Final check, if you get it wrong, they give you the right answer. Then from there, oh, this was the multiple choice. All right, not multiple choice. So notice how at the end it says, do you want to go ahead and do a similar question or just go to the next one? If you don't click similar question at that moment, that's fine. You can hit similar question right here. Okay. So notice what they put right beside the question. I got some right, didn't even mean to, but when you have a red X / green check, that means you got some of them right, some of them wrong. If it was just a red X, that means you got the whole problem wrong. If it was a green check, that means you got the whole thing right. So here in the list of questions, you still should see the same thing. You see the green check / red X by the problem 6. Now, once you get a similar question, and remember you can do that unlimited amount of times, it will give you the problem again with different numbers. And from there, you can go ahead and answer. If you get everything right, then it'll turn this to a green check and you'll get full credit. Okay. Questions on how the homework works?
Yeah, I have a question.
Mhm.
Can you retake the test review as many times as you want?
Yes. Mhm.
Okay, and is the video, the test that we're doing over video, is that for only for the final exam? Just the one?
You said for the what? Say it again.
You said we have to do the test over video, Zoom.
Oh,
Is that
yes.
only for the very final exam?
For the midterm and the final exam. So if you just 161, then it would just
Ah,
be for your final exam. But my 155 class has a midterm and a final exam, and they have to do both of them. Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
And you said that you have dates for the week. So for the final test, our final day is the 3rd of March.
Mhm.
And I think it's a Wednesday, or no, it's a Monday. So would that be, I'm guessing that's the week before.
Yes. So the week before that would be final exam week for you. And let me see, March. Yep. So that last week in February will be final exam week. But I'm going to give you till the 3rd to get everything in. So you might have some last minute homework you want to get in, or you may have some grades you want to pull up, that type of thing. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. Thanks.
Yep. No problem. Do devices for this. No, I know some teachers do require 2 devices. I don't. As long as your camera works on your computer, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. As long as you have a camera that's working, that's fine with me. All right. Any other questions before we go to the next thing, last thing? Okay, cool. So now this is for my 155, so 161, sit tight. For 155, you have these definitions. It's just for chapter 1 and chapter 2. And this is one of the things when you look at your definitions, if you were in Safari, they would only give you 1 page. All right. So for my 151, you have to do these 2 definitions. Like I said, it's only for chapter 1, chapter 2. You're not looking for definitions for chapters 3, 4, and 5. No, just these 2. Because in statistics, there are words that mean something in statistics, but outside of statistics, or in the real world, I should say, they don't mean the same thing. So make sure you're not going to Google or Siri or anybody to ask for these definitions. Lean on your text. Your e-text is right here. You see right here, it says open your e-text. And once you do so, it'll bring you, to the actual textbook, which is right here. So I want to show you this. Now, this is not made to be a hard assignment. It should be an easy assignment. It's not a scavenger hunt. You just should be able to see these definitions, write them down, and get familiar with the terms. And that's what mainly chapter 1, chapter 2 is all about. Now, in chapter 2, I do walk you through some things, but chapter 1 is all definitions. And these definitions will help you when you're doing your assignments in MATLAB, your homework assignments. So notice the first one with our 2 definitions of statistics: population parameter, sample data, raw data, sample statistics. So now when you go to the book, so what are 2 definitions of statistics? There you go. In population parameters, and you see that all the different sample, raw data, sample statistics. So they're all in order. They're all in order. So like I said, it wasn't made to be something hard. It should be an easy 100. And so for those in statistics, that due date for those is I just said January 31st. I mean, I think that's more than enough time to get those definitions in. So I'll probably send you an email to remind you. But January 31st should be good for those definitions. And yes, you'll email those definitions to me. You can either type them up, download them, type them up, or you can write them in your notebook, take a picture, email it to me. Whatever, it doesn't matter as long as you shoot them to me. And then I will manually put your grade into MATLAB. But that's the only assignment like that. Other than that, you'll just do your homework, hit submit, and you'll get your grade immediately. I think I saw a raised hand. Maybe I answered the question.
That was me. You answered the question. Thank you.
Okay, cool. Not a problem. All right, and this is the screen. When you go to the notes, for those who decide to look at my videos, this is the note screen. You'll see me writing and talking live. So it's the same screen you would get if you were in class with me. The only thing you can't do is interrupt me, right, and talk, answer your question. But I'm gonna post office hours before this week is out, so you'll be able to come to office hours if you desire. And if those office hours do not work, then always shoot me an email. We can see what we can work out as far as our schedules are concerned. But those office hours are just times that I know I will be available for you guys. All right. Let me see. I think that is it. Any questions, concerns, comments? Anything, anybody? Good. I mentioned attendance, definitions. Once again, 161, you do not have definitions, so you shouldn't see those definition links there. I think that's pretty much it. Any questions, concerns, comments before we close out? Anything, anybody? All right. So don't forget, if you're my 155, you're a 16-week course. If you're my 161, you're only a 7-week course. And so make sure you operate accordingly. Please try not to put yourself in a position in which you cannot walk away. In other words, don't yeah, I'm about to come. Thanks. In other words, don't put yourself in a situation where you're trying to do everything in one weekend. This stuff is not made to do that. You put yourself in a tough spot. Many have tried, many have failed. I have had a few to do it though. I won't even hold, I can't hold you. I've had a few to try and they were able to knock it out, but it's not the best practice. I have had people, say, hey, Mr. Singer, don't worry about it. I got this weekend. I called off of work. I sent the kids away, put the dog in the kennel, whatever, in the place. And then next thing you know, the goldfish jump out the bowl. Whatever could happen. And they are not able to do anything that they thought they were going to be able to do. So please don't put yourself in that position. Please progressively do this work as we go throughout these weeks. Because trust me, this time we'll be at spring break before you know it, guys. So you don't want to. It's tough. I saw you, Miss Miriam. So yeah, I'm telling you, this time will go by quick. Please don't take it lightly. We can work ahead. Yes, you can work ahead if you're in my 155. 161 don't have a choice. They got to move. But 151, 155. If you want to go. Everything's open to you. I will not hold you back. Most definitely take advantage of the time. Can you show us how to? Your homework is right here in assignments, right here. So when you click on assignments, here are all your homeworks. Also, this tab right here that says all assignments. If you just click on homework, then you won't see tests. If you just click on tests, then you won't see homework. So if you're on all assignments right here, then then you'll see everything. But that's how you get to your assignments. It's in Math Lab. So don't go to Canvas for your assignments. You got to go to Math Lab. All right. Somebody else did. Yep, no problem, no problem. All right, anything else, anybody else before we close? Make sure we do it. And like I said, if you think about something else after the meeting, feel free to email me and I'll respond. All right. All right. Well, if you guys are good, I'm good. Have a great day. Be safe, and I will see you. Let's see. Yeah, I look forward to having a great semester. Let me see if anybody else asked me. Okay, people just saying thank you. Okay, cool, cool. All right, you guys have a good one. I'll see you around.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Y'all
Stay safe.
You do the same. Thanks.